going to be 3-1 again. But I do give it in favor of Blaze and acno just because of their winningness here. And even if we went back into the rematch in Grands, like Blaze and acno 3-0 their way through Godly and Jakeyy, I think they've got a strong shot to win the whole thing. Strong shot, rather. So let's see how it plays out here. Godly and Jakeyy are looking a lot better through this elimination side of the bracket.
Yeah, let's see if Blaze and acno could kind of get that, like, that fuel that they had before, those constant follow-ups that they were able to find. Blaze is going to start things off nicely here. Okay, they're starting it off. Do they get the KO onto Jakeyy here? Ooh. There's the side air all the way on the right side from acno, and it seems like they're back a little bit, at least so far in this set.
Yeah, looking like they know exactly what they want to do with their game plan here, especially starting out on the dome. Jakeyy gets a good starter on to acno, but Godly was stuck in hit stun, so he wasn't able to follow up. Doesn't matter, though. Jakeyy just winning the 1v1 against acno, and then getting the combo onto Blaze.
Okay, there's the unarmed neutral air coming in from acno. He grabs the bow, instantly neutral air, and then instant recovery on both members of the red team, 1 for 1. Ooh, we're seeing Blaze just like, he's flying around the stage, hitting his side airs, hitting his, oh, he misinputs the jump there as acno gets taken off the left side.
Yeah, rough ground pound to miss. Neutral sig will take down Blaze, but it's 4 stocks to 4. Godly and Jakeyy have been having to work very hard just to scratch the surface against the blue team here. And now Blaze gets Lance, side airs right through, does save acno, gets some extra damage as well. Jakeyy could go down, pogo, double pogo, no, dodges the second hit. Holds on for just a little bit longer. But both Godly and Jakeyy can't really get started here. Nice job with the neutral sig. Teska's signatures are so good in doubles when they connect because you basically use their teammate as a hitbox.
And there's also a lot of movement in them, so it can be a little bit difficult to punish, like, as the move is happening as opposed to being locked in the same place. All right, acno, that's a big answer there. Gonna push this lead even further. Both acno and Blaze only midway through their second stock. They have weapon control. Jakey's gonna be hunting for one, does get it with a neutral light.
Sidelight and air from Blaze. Attacks on even more damage from Godly. Sidelight, D-light, neutral light. So much damage to be putting on here. Jakeyy, oh, getting hit by axe, sidelight and air. Not a great start. And down to clears the board. Yes, friendly fire. I will say worth. You did enough damage there to where when Blaze gets back, he's only gonna have to hit one move. That was awesome.
What was that, man?
Yeah, that's like your teammate stuck in a signature they regret, and you hit them with the lowest damaging move. To save them.
Although it does put you in a lot of stun time, so that could have potentially put him in so much stun that he
What's more stun time, being stuck on the ground or an unarmed D-light?
That's a good question. And they wrapped that one up real quick, Mr. Taza. Dude, look at acno, man. 662 damage and 4 KOs. He put the game on his back, and then Blaze was just flying around doing his own thing.
Godly took an impressive amount of damage.
Yeah, that's true.
He did 186 and took 623, so he was around. You know, seeing the sights of Miami Dome, we're going to see that side sig to the right, and then side sig to the left. And then doesn't side sig Blaze, but he does eventually down sig it, so.
Beautiful, hitting everybody with that one, even though he KOs his own teammate. It was absolutely worth.
The replay was him taking Blaze out, but yeah, you're right. It was just the damage was so good. Godly takes a note out of Moonier's book and then says, I like this Taros character. Gets the same shovel. It's the spring championship, but he's got, you know, antlers. I don't know why. There's so many winter-themed characters that are meta.
I think that's a testament to the artists of this game that, like, Taros has a lot of cool skins, and you'll still have someone rocking, like, a 2015 skin.
Yeah.
With I mean, sick.
People just like, they kind of find their loadout and they stick with it, right? Not everyone's like that. You've got some character loyalists like once something new comes out, you got something completely different. Queen Eye mains are loving the most recent battle pass, for example. But no Queen Eye on the screen here. We've got acno on Kaya, Nair and Godly around. Good dodge from the headlight.
And then the hold on the signature so Godly can jump out of the way and not get hit.
3 punishes on punishing teammates there in a row. Side sig onto Jakeyy, and then Blaze getting hit, and then gauntlet recovery onto Blaze, stomp Sarah onto acno. There we go, lead for the red team. The Taros is what they needed.
Not that they have like the biggest lead in the world by any means at this moment, but Godly is, you know,
it can very quickly get a lot bigger.
Making it a little bit easy looking. Okay, see if they can secure this KO onto Jakeyy. He's able to get back.
Ooh, and misses the D-light. Doesn't get the cider afterwards. Raw recovery, not going to knock out.
Nice.
Pogo will do it. I cannot believe it. I think Blaze got that Sair in before. Yeah. That was a spear Sair that would have knocked out, but Blaze took the credit with the Sair. Great reaction coming out from him. So ready to be able to fall off his teammates, but he's taking a lot of damage. Godly, however, is going to join him. Double D-light side air into Nair from acno. Means that the red team is just about even with the blue team now after starting off with a lead.
Godly's looking for the setups.
Oh,
He's looking for the
recovery?
stomps. He's not finding him so far. Even the side light gets dodged through by acno. He's going to be on his own for just a second as Blaze is respawning back in. Sends Jakeyy away with the down air.
Down
and then
sig.
hits the D-Sig onto Godly,
That
getting the
knocks
KO.
out.
But Jakeyy is
Okay.
on his tail.
Ooh, but then Blaze hits the recovery on acno. Acno goes into orange.
Nice
D-Light
pickup
side air. Okay,
off
they
the
got
team damage from Godly.
They opt to go for the team combo on Godly after sending Jakeyy off stage. I like that a lot. Jakeyy, that's a lot.
He's the D-Light Lord.
That's a lot of risk taking in a situation where you don't got a lot of room to take risk, but he manages to make it back. That was scary. Godly stomps air, not punished. And Blaze caught in his recovery. Neutral air into recovery, D-Light recovery. Oh, Godly can't get the stomp. If he got the stomp, that leads to the dare. That could have been a knockout off the top. They can try it again. And sig into neutral air. No, Godly does not get the swing. But acno still takes a ton of damage. Sends Jakeyy flying, but Jakeyy still on 2 stocks. Godly barely damaged.
Jakeyy back to the main platform, but does get hit by the onstage ground pound coming out from acno, and he didn't get punished for it afterward. There's a nice Sarah, and then a pickup from Jakeyy off of that too, wanting to try and take Blaze off the top. There's a side light, instantly punished. Nice down air. It's an unarmed fight.
Oh yeah, acno winning it too. Several unarmed recoveries coming out. Gets the. I thought Blaze was going to go for the lance recovery right afterwards, but oh, Jakeyy does do the pivot side air to try to bring Blaze in, but no, Godly goes down. The side air coming up from Blaze. Acno taking the lead unarmed versus Boots. Side light, D-light, side air. Blaze gets the weapon throw right afterwards. It's the best he could have done. Jakeyy with nothing gets ground pounded, and acno and Blaze clutch game 2 after the character swap coming out from Godly, who's managed to double his damage, but still stays actually not the lowest on the board. Blaze only did 328. Man, acno was 763.
Dude, he's going crazy today. That's like the second game where we've seen like Blaze's damage and been like, oh, that's not great. But then you look on the other side and it's like, oh yeah, that's just acno going crazy mode.
Yeah, and in Blaze's defense, he is setting up a lot for acno.
Oh, absolutely. He's certainly active in this game. Like, he still got half of the KOs there as well. Took almost as much damage as acno. But again, like, we also have Jakeyy taking a lot of damage to 621. So averaging
it's
about
a bloodbath, and they're hitting each other quite a bit. But I think as close as that was, it was still a game win for Blaze and acno after a very dominant game 1. So it's match point now.
Yep.
We might get that 3-1 scoreline again. We'll see what Godly's got. I don't know if he's going to stay on the Taros after that. We're going to find out in stage striking right now. Looks like, what is Godly on? Is that Onyx?
I can't. Yeah, it looks like Onyx. I can't
Onyx.
tell the dun over the face. Yes, it is Onyx. Okay. Of course, Jakey's still sticking with the Tesca. That level 100 Tesca. We have 2 level 100s in this: Blaze's Ulgrim and Jakey's Tesca.
Acno, not quite there yet, which is a surprise. He's played Kaya for quite a while now. But level 100 Legend, that's like, it's an insane amount of game time. You're looking up the level right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
We'll see what he's at. Miami Dome for game number 3. I think acno and Blaze play phenomenally here. So let's see if this was a mistake for Red Team to leave this open. We're going to game 3 here. If Godly and Jakeyy lose this, they are out at 3rd, and Blaze and acno will get their rematch up in the grand finals against Moonier's team. Downsig comes through. Acno looks for the ground pound, and Blaze holds center. Jakeyy does not get that combo with the down air, and Blaze just divides the trouble in the center of the stage with that down signature. Goes forward with that down light, stopped by Blaze. D-light nair recovery, not going to knock out Godly simply by the grace of his character. That defense being high enough to hold on, but D-light sider not going to be able to hold on that time, and Jakeyy has to avoid being caught in between both of these
Nice interruption
titans.
Before the force dump at the end of that move. So Jakeyy doesn't get the edge guard setup. He doesn't get the KO off of that either. It is a level 82 Kaya coming out from acno. It is his highest leveled legend. So not a surprise there, but he also has a level 78 Brent and a level 77 and a Val and a level 75 Koji. So he just has like that's 4 or 5 really highly leveled legends.
That's like an even spread for sure.
And I feel like that's just like the eras of acno, right?
Gets the recovery as well. All right, evens it up 4-4, looking good, but still in favor of acno and Blaze when it comes to momentum. Let's see, the weapon spawns, comes in. Oh, that's a tough spawn to cover. For both of them. They could have gotten caught in between both of them. Nice down air right afterwards. Gets the recovery. Blaze goes for the recovery again. Side stick going to knock Godly out. Jakeyy has to dip low, and the chainsaw narrowly avoids the blades.
And then the D-Sig coming in from acno as well. Just the zone coverage that they have, putting the fear of everything into Jakeyy while he's on his second stock. Doesn't want to be put on a final.
Why does he get a weapon? Okay, there it goes. Spawns in the center. What has he got? Goes in for pickup recovery there from acno. Godly gets something started. Accidental friendly fire. But he gets the punish on the Jakeyy for going for a very high committal move. The most committal on gauntlets that you can get. Neutral light. leads to the Sidelight side air. Jakeyy goes down. Sidelight Nair dodged out of the way, but Godly taking so much damage. Can he get that knockout onto Acno and Blaze? This would be big. Let's see if they get the double edge guard. There's one.
It almost seemed like he wasn't going to go for that ground pound, but then it was the delay, and then Godly gets the KO off the top. That's going to shut down Blaze. Everybody on final stock here. Jakeyy and Godly need something if they're going to keep themselves in this, or it's going to be a 3-0. A landing downlight, or a down air from Blaze ends up hitting Acno in the process. The sidelight on Godly gets interrupted by Jakeyy.
Now Jakeyy falling down to side plat, hits the Nair. Let's see what else he can do here. Godly's barely taking any damage so far. The downlight from Acno comes through. Jakeyy goes for the ground pound. This could be huge, but Blaze with the save, and then Godly with the counter hit gets the Nair afterwards to stop Blaze from finishing that sidelight Nair combo onto Jakeyy.
Weapon pickup favors Acno.
Ooh.
It's going to be Jakeyy without one. He gets sent off the screen. This could be it for the red team here, as Godly's going to have to fight the 1v2. He has gauntlets. Instantly punished on that. The side air almost KOing. Double weapon toss is coming out. Holding the desync. No, he pulls out of it, and Godly gets back on the stage. The side air still not doing it. Onyx defense with the weapon toss from Blaze. The heat-seeking missile hits him, sends him into the blast zone, and secures the 3-0.